think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is going on today, guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back to the live stream. Thursday's live stream. We're already Thursday to this week. Tomorrow will be Friday. And yeah, 4K realized profits on the week for this Bitcoin long. Got some other trades in as well. The Matic one is doing good. Haven't hit first take profit yet on a few things, but markets generally are still looking relatively strong. Had another setup in the Discord for Adam that I kind of like right now. So yeah, we'll talk about that. What's up, Oz? Really appreciate if you guys smash the like button and check out, if you want a good exchange to trade on, check out FAIRDESK, no VPN, no KYC. Link is down below. And we give away the $100 bonus every week, and we announce the winners in the Discord. So yeah. Basically, what are we looking at right now? What are we, we're rejecting off the spiral line. Bear div that's confirmed on that 1 hour, then he confirmed a green dot. Could kind of go either way here, I think. Bear divs and such could kind of bring us down, obviously, hitting a big area. I mean, the general view of the market, though, has been, pretty bullish. So, you don't want to mess with that too much. It's just more of that, the trend is your friend type of thing. And, the daily's trying to come back up here. 2-day VWAP pointing upward, money flow pointing upward. So there's a good amount of, green dot in the 5-day. There's a good amount of stuff going on. You know what I mean? There's there's a good amount of stuff. Green Day, yeah, that does look pretty good. Good amount of stuff going on here. And, if we could break above where we are right now, I mean, you got that area right there, but one of the technical targets from this range we've been in is going to be right around just under 46K. Probably right around that wick, yeah, 45.9. And then obviously break above there. I mean, sky's the limit. Back to 48K, potentially back to those areas if we do see that. Now, moving on to Ethereum a little bit here. ETH had a really good ETH long winner in the Discord. Took some time to play out, but yeah, a lot of the same ballpark. I do like a lot of these larger time frames, such as the 3-day. I like the 2-day trigger wave. 4-day VWAP coming up. I like a lot of that. And yeah, ultimately, money flow is starting to come down. Trigger wave to the downside. Look at that. Yeah, that would be the case. If we were to break down from that, then you could be looking back at, 2,400, 2,388, which is not impossible. However, if you can hold this area, if you could hold that area from from this range right here, I guess, right to there, I would like to think that looking at the way that, up to 2,500, I would like to think that there could be a case for that, just following the trend, seeing how everything's going. That's what I could make the case for here, potentially. ETH versus Bitcoin, a little boring, a little interesting. Blood Diamond still on the weekly. I don't know if that's necessarily the strongest, going to be the strongest Blood Diamond. It's not impossible for us to bleed more and come back down, but I think you're generally going to be home free, kind of from that double bottom from June almost. So, we hit that area, made a lower low, and then shot up, which is a good sign so far for ETH, fighting against Bitcoin here. I mean, if it's going to go down lower, I would see it potentially bottoming out, by time, around May, by the time the Fed kind of pivots, more liquidity injected back into the market. But I think it easily could have bottomed already, potentially, given the 4-year cycle, given the 3-week here. A lot of good signs for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. A lot of good signs for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Oh man, I'm talking with that. Matic's another one. Trying to wait for this reverse head and shoulders to do something here. Hopefully can break upward. I think it can. I like that 20-hour trigger wave. I like a lot of stuff here. So, yeah. And that 4-day. Yeah, almost forgot about that. Yeah, that looks damn good. That 4-day trigger confirming in 1 day probably will confirm. So, just got to be a little bit patient with it. But I think we're going to get something good here. Same with Crypto.com. A lot of things on the, we're getting that 4-day trigger with money flow coming up, mind you. So that's looking damn good. It's a good kind of situation here. Good kind of crypto situation here. So yeah. And been using a lot of the trading profits down here to kind of DCA into alts and stuff. Crypto.com is one of the, I made a video about the top 5 that I think could go 10x. It was Crypto.com, it was HBAR, and a couple others. I think Matic could have been on that list potentially. I'm trying to remember now what it was. Apecoin was on that list. I think Atom was as well. And trigger right there on the daily. Apecoin, I think it's trying to fight back. NFTs are fighting back a little bit, mutants and all that. Still a boring thing now. Atom ETH hitting a pretty significant area right here. I'm not saying it's bottoming out because that's catching falling knives, but you're getting a bull div on right there, I think, on from the wick at least on the 2-day for, if it does print for Cosmos versus ETH. So I think that could hit, come up higher. And Cosmos itself is, this situation could be a decent play. This situation could be a decent play here. Now, the problem with it, we already had it move up a little bit since I didn't enter this trade because I'm in a lot of stuff, but you could, going from kind of these areas, right there, Right, maybe that could work, you know. Depends. Maybe something like that could work. But I think Atom does look pretty good right now, and I think that we should be able to. I mean, theoretically, you could even go, you know, longer term. I mean, if you want to do like a 3-to-1 or something like that, I mean, really, you'd want to be careful. Maybe go 2-to-1, but yeah, that's a long-term swing. Could work very well here. So yeah, or just buying on spot for that matter. If you guys want to trade, check out FAIRDESK. A lot of good pairs on there. MEXC is great as well. Links down below. FAIRDESK, we do the promo for just my audience, $100 if you deposit any amount, and do one futures trade. So yeah, and there are additional deposit bonuses as well. Yeah, so AZTV, I got like they got it. Yeah, they done us. They did us dirty. They did us dirty. I got a little bit. I was happy to get like $3,000 out of it, or $3.5 grand. I bought some ETH with that. I bought some Matic with that. So I'm happy with that. You know, that's that. That $3,000, I was almost debating buying instead of the ETH, and well, I could use the ETH to buy it, but I was almost debating on buying one of, you know, some of you guys care about NFTs, some of you don't, but you know, I was debating on buying not a mutant ape, but I already have one of those, but a Bored Ape Kennel, one of the dogs. Those are, why the hell is this down? Down to 3. That's interesting. Maybe that's the place to get in. I don't know. Almost down at 1.24 ETH. That's a risky freaking play. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I already have, let's see. You know, I got a mutant ape that's worth about 10 G's. I got 6 Trump NFTs. Let's see how much those are worth. Let's see, $700 a pop. So that's worth a pretty penny right there. And let's just see, 726 times 6, 43. So, you know, 15 grand worth of NFTs. Do I want to get up to 20 grand worth of NFTs? Maybe. So yeah, but you know, use that money you got from Celsius and put it into something decent. Man, I mean, just looking back, like y'all, I mean, obviously buying in 21 for, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't the best place, but y'all who were betting on crypto.com to hold up in terms of their yields and all that, or Coinbase, you know, you learned a lot of yield or whatever, or decentralized staking. So yeah, I mean, the main things that, you know, fell apart. I wonder why Bored Apes are up, mutant apes are basically up to sideways. Why are the kennels? Why are the kennels? Why are the kennels coming down here? 6%. That's a good amount down. I mean, we're, you know, 3 G's to pick one of these guys up. But yeah, let's see what is the actual on OpenSea. What's the actual? What do you guys think? Should I sell, or should I take a full ETH and buy one of these dogs? Crypto Face 7 ain't got a frog in it or a dog in it, ain't gonna do shit. So this is a cash flow in crypto. This is a cash flow in crypto. You could earn interest on this if in the form of ApeCoin. So yeah, well, let's look at WIF. We'll look at WIF. AZTV. We'll look at WIF. I don't. I have a lot of cash producing cryptos already. But yeah. Oh man, I don't know. It's a meme coin. You know, it could, yeah. A lot of this shit looks good, man. I mean, it looks like it could bounce from here. Where could it go? I don't know. But you know, Bonk is another one. Bonk could do some cool stuff. You know, let's look at Bonk on the MEXC chart, hitting a big area. You know, it looks pretty good. A lot of these meme tokens, or the small amount of, you know, minuscule utility they have, you know, they look good right now. Where will it go? I don't know, but it'll probably bounce a bit here. So yeah, I have a mutant ape already. I'm not spending no 60 G's on a Bored Ape. That's not my. I'm not putting no 60 G's in that. Screw that. I put 60 G's in, you know, something, you know, actual altcoins and stuff. That's, you know, that's a lot of altcoin holdings. But why is ETH lagging? I don't know. It's just where it is. I think it will, you know, fight back a bit. As long as we could hold this area, that trigger wave right there. So what you could try here potentially on that trigger wave, I think it's a little premature to enter right now, but I would be lenient with this stop loss, pretty lenient, and I would look at yeah, I mean, that's not a bad, that ain't a bad risk reward ratio if you're trying to bet. We're going up to, what's a 1-to-1 here? Yeah, bet on the lower high maybe. Something like that may work here. Something like that may work. Let's see. What's up, Clay the Great? Check out kickbacks that GMX. Okay, those shit tokens. Okay, well, I don't know about shit tokens, but it's just stuff I'm not familiar with too much. Forgive me. GLP, the liquidity provider for. Interesting. What's up, Crypto Sam? Okay. Give me the ticker you want me to look at, Clay the Gray. Is it GLP? I could look at GLP. Well, it comes up with G. We'll look at GLM. This is Glamour, right? What's the yeah, very. It's hard to read something that doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Tough to say here. I like the bull divs there though. GMX. Okay. Yeah, big area. If we could hold this, yeah, it does look pretty good. This came out, well, listed on BitGet around October 22. You probably could get back to these highs, I would assume, at some point, you know. The other one that was jumping up a little bit, or yeah, we'll look at GTO first, but okay. Big area. If we could kind of hold where we are, I think that's kind of good. I don't know about this though, but yeah, a lot of this looks the same. These new ones are a little bit tough to read, guys. I mean, I don't know. I think you're gonna probably jump up, though. Let's see. What is up, Sky? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, or woman. But yeah, what's up, Sky? Appreciate you. Yeah. We'll do a probably a group meeting, maybe tomorrow night, Friday at some point, or if you guys want to do one right after the stream, let's see, I gotta get going. Well, I gotta go at 5:30, but yeah. BC for ETH. I mean, that's what I did a lot of, but you know, it's all about being diversified. We don't know what's gonna happen with that. Maybe wait for that blood diamond to go away or play out on ETH Bitcoin. We'll see what happens there. Green dot and the Bitcoin weekly. Oh, okay. That signifies continuation. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that could easily bring us back up to 50K or potentially 57 in the coming months. Pre-halving, maybe, and then a halving dump after that. I don't know, potentially. But yeah. So yeah. Let's see here. Trying to think what I want to Hex. Yeah, people have been talking about Hex. Take a look. Let's see. I think I had more. Did I have anything on the BitGet listed at first? I know that part. I don't know, man. I mean, it's tough to say with this. It's kind of went to zero, to be honest with you. I mean, it went down so much, down 99%. I mean, I don't think it's that hopeful, to be honest, and I'm not really seeing anything too good. It could jump up though. Bitcoin is king, yeah. Near, has that done anything? Kind of lagged behind here a little bit. Getting that jump up though, so some good things there. How about Uniswap? I mean, obviously Uniswap is good, some decent utility. Oh my God, what am I doing? What was I doing with this? Was I looking? Maybe Coinbase, do I have it? Like some stuff drawn out on it? Yeah. Yeah, trigger waves. I think this could jump up a bit, potentially. Yeah. So yeah. Trying to think. So that's Uniswap, that's that. Traditional markets are up a bit today. I wanted to take a quick look at just traditional markets to see if anything significant is happening really. Yeah, almost to 500. As like I've been talking about 500, we're getting there quickly. I think you'll eventually, by the end of the year, probably get up to this area, 560 or something. And I think as long as these keep going up, I think Bitcoin has a good, case to keep going up. I mean, obviously, let's be real. This SPY does follow Bitcoin a lot. Where was the bottom of Bitcoin? November. Where was the bottom of SPY? October. So you know what I mean? Like, kind of follows it. Where was the high of Bitcoin? End of 21. Where was the high of the SPY? End of 21. Or January 22. So yeah, it does generally follow it. And I mean, I think that for this year and next year will generally be positive years for the S&P 500, after our bad 2022. So yeah. Yeah. And then the QQ triple Q, which if you're debating, should I buy the triple Q or buy the SPY? Let's see. Breaking above that big area, money flow looks too good on the 2-week. I mean, tough to kind of say here, but I feel like as long as we generally stay bullish, the QQQ probably will outperform the SPY. That could be a reverse head and shoulders forming, and you could break up quite a bit here theoretically. I mean, that area, that all-time high against it in 2000 kind of gave us, in 21 or 22 kind of gave us some trouble, but then right back up. Yeah. I wanted to look at the short term. Are we like, we're doing something. My God. Oh, no, we're coming. We hit that point perfectly now. Yeah. Interesting. So 45.6, we hit that. Yeah. How about coin? I'm just curious about some of the getting that bounce there, which is kind of what I would have suspected. How about MicroStrategy? Getting that bounce is kind of what I would have suspected. That had a big kind of, let's see there, 40% correction. I mean, it's going to do well as long as Bitcoin does. We all know that. So, yeah. So we got the jump there. Did we get the jump for some of the alts? ApeCoin. How about Bitcoin dominance? Are we still? It's still kind of been, yeah. So it still is a little bit more of a Bitcoin dominant rally, but I think that'll kind of, start to phase out as the year progresses into next year. That's my opinion on it. Could come up higher though. Let's see. H bar. I know the H bar looks pretty good. I think you're gonna keep going up, but I know some of the insurance stocks are like at all-time highs, like Allstate, Progressive. Oh my golly, 162. What was that jump up from? Pretty good. Yeah, that 23, and then right up 60%. Wow. How about Progressive? That one, yeah, all-time highs. Nuts. 100 bill. Warren Buffett made a lot of his money from the insurance companies. Chicken, eggs, and poultry. And commodities. I mean, cattle. Yeah, that's what's creeping up. That's what's making Powell a little bit more nervous here. Because, yeah, commodities are looking like they could keep going. I don't know about eggs. Eggs came down a bit now, trigger wave on the monthly. Yeah, that was beginning of 23. Eggs were nuts. Yeah, and then right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, if that pumps up theoretically, that could make the Powell and all that wait for, you know, uh, wait longer to pivot to lower rates. So it wouldn't surprise me. And it seems like there's a shortage of supply with everything in America. So yeah, and what was I going to say here? I want to look at the 30-year yield. And that's, you're getting some trigger waves here. I don't know how to read this. I mean, maybe it could get back to the all-time highs or maybe even make a higher one, but I kind of don't think so. I kind of think it's going to come down, Yeah, trying to think here. Yeah, how about the TLT? I mean, that's the main opposite of that. Yeah. Right there. If we could hold this level, we'd probably keep going up. We'll see what happens. I mean, based on the tone of Powell, I think he'll consolidate, as long as we kind of, remain sideways, remain not pivoting, and then when we pivot, it'll obviously come up. Have I considered leaving the States? Yes. I definitely have. I've lived abroad. I've spent months abroad. I mean, in Mexico and all that. Yeah, I've been around the world. If I was going, yeah, you're the one. Yeah, you've talked about Brazil, Clay the Great. Yeah. I mean, I may do it. I don't think I would go crazy and give up my U.S. passport ever or anything like that. Things would have to get real bad for that. But, it definitely is something that may happen. It wouldn't be too hard for me to do it either. So, yeah. I wanted to look at, I know housing was kind of getting flat out in Miami. I think this will start to come up, as the S&P 500. Yeah, trigger wave right there. Maybe jump up another couple percentage points. So yeah. What is up, Cryptodontist? What is up? Appreciate Cryptodontist. Altcoin, we're seeing a little back to 140 here. Back to 140. Maybe we jump up with Altcoin. Some trigger waves and all that. Yeah, weekly. I mean, this looks pretty good here. Ancestry. I think you have to look at records that your parents lived in that country. Do they do a DNA test? How does that work? German and Italian I would probably be able to get, but I don't have too much interest in I mean, maybe a German citizenship would probably be the most advantageous one, I would think. I mean, Italian one probably not awful. Boomer trading gold with the boomers, yeah. Taxes and healthcare are a death trap. You're talking about Italy. I feel like Italy. There's a language barrier that for healthcare there would be. I don't know, that would not be recommended. They would probably, if you're not speaking Italian, that wouldn't be. Yeah, I could see that. Germany, I feel like would make sense. Germany would make sense. Most people in Germany do speak English. Um, let's see. U.S. West and things are that bad. I mean, the main situation where, so if you have a U.S. passport, obviously, if you're a U.S. citizen, you still have to pay taxes to the U.S. You could do there's the foreign earned tax exclusion. I believe, if I'm not mistaken on this, if you live outside the country, you got to be outside the country a lot, though, for most of the year. I don't know the exact time, but they're pretty strict on it. The first 100K you make, I think, is a write-off. So, for example, if you make 200K in a year, you only have to pay taxes on 100K. We break higher, absolutely. But yeah, the places to go, I think I think Malaysia is a pretty tax-friendly country. I mean, Costa Rica is, you want to be somewhere. I think Central America, Latin America, and Southeast Asia are the best places to probably do it. But I mean, you want to go into a country that's not going to double tax you, because you got to pay taxes on the money you earn, outside the country, pay taxes back to U.S. I mean, you gotta, Dubai added new taxes now. I think it's 9% or something. What? No sound? I think there is sound. There's no sound? You sure? No, there has to be sound. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, sound is good. Dubai. Germany has an exit tax? Okay, that's new, I think, right? That is new. Okay, I never heard about that. Exit, I wonder how bad it is. I mean, if you watch like Nomad Capitalist, he talks about it. I mean, I think the best thing to do, the only thing you could really do is if you're a U.S. citizen, is you could go to Puerto Rico. That's a tax haven. They're strict on that. You got to be there most of the year. I think you have to eventually buy property there. That could be a good option because you're paying barely anything in taxes. The second option would probably be, what would it be? The second option would probably be foreign income, like get the digital nomad visa in Costa Rica or something, and the 100K, you get basically write off 100K a year. So if you're making 300, you're only paying taxes on 200, and maybe you have some other write-offs, so it's not that bad. If you want to leave Germany, take the average income, let's say, multiply it by 13 of the taxes. Okay, I didn't know that about Germany. That must be new. I wonder how it works though. That's keeping your German passport though. But if I were to get a German passport, I don't think I'm like if I don't even, yeah, I don't know how any of this crap works. I would have to read up more on it. That's not a popular passport to really get. I mean, there's a lot. I don't know. I'd have to read up on it more. I don't know, if you live in Puerto Rico and rent, you could probably get away. That's until you got to buy something in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is not the cheapest place to live though. It's definitely not. It's probably cheaper than Miami, but it's not at least any good part. I haven't been there in a while. I'm not too familiar with Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? I'm not too. But that is a tax haven. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I don't think if you're in a state that doesn't have the state income tax, I don't think it's that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's, I don't think it's going to kill you. I mean, so yeah. The island living, yeah. I mean, the Puerto Rico way is probably the easiest but you got to find a good accountant. You got to pay the accountant. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So yeah, And I mean, long-term capital gains taxes in America are nothing too crazy. I think the max is like 20%, right? Under 400K, I think it's like 15%, which is not that bad. Because if you make 400K, I mean, you're still going to come home with like 300. But yeah, taxes will get you. They will get you. I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but people in real estate who, own real estate and rent it out, they don't really pay much in taxes, right? As long as you have a mortgage. I forget how that works. Robert Kiyosaki is like the main person that talks about that, but there's that view. Because that's what, I think people would, the view was you make money, then if you use that money to invest in real estate, that money is tax-free, I believe, because it's kind of a write-off, I think, unless I'm not mistaken. 30-year tax deferment. Okay, I don't know how that really, I'm not sure exactly what that means or how that works. I'd have to read up on it. I've never done too much in real estate. I mean, I own a condo, but that's it, Maybe I'll get into that. I feel like anything you kind of do, there's going to be, like in the beginning, you're just not going to know what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean? There's always that learning curve, and it's kind of like, it's like going to college. You know what I mean? You pay to kind of learn, like trading, investing, anything in life. And I mean, when you try, what's that? I think that quote by Epictetus or whatever, ancient person. It's like don't be afraid to look of foolish and stupid when you're trying something new. That's kind of how it is. The kennels are way down at 3,000. Maybe it's a little bit of an inaccurate floor prices. I'm tempted to buy one of these. Probably a terrible idea. Set up a company abroad, put all that money in the company and buy everything through. I've heard about that. Yeah. You said they put all the money and they could buy everything through that company, and then you pay yourself a certain amount, and then you pay the taxes based on what you pay yourself. Yeah. So if you pay yourself 40 grand or 50 grand, you're only paying essentially 10 grand a year. Yeah. I think that's what they do. Yeah. What country is populated? The islands, or Cayman Islands, right? That's where they do that crap, right? Do you still use an accountant? You would probably use an accountant in that country, I would guess, right? Not an accountant in the U.S. at that point. I mean, then you're. But what can you do with the company's profits, though? Are you allowed to spend that money on yourself? That's the question there. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do with, what do you do with that, the profits that company makes? Are you able to just spend that money on your own? That's kind of, because you're the employee for it. Low cooperation. What's an example? Like what, the Cayman Islands? Those islands are the ones everybody does that, right? I'm not a tax expert. I don't know. I should have roll it back into the company. Okay. But what if I want to spend that money? You know what I mean? What if I want to buy, what if I want to buy a car with that? A company car, I guess? I don't know. I mean, it would only be write-offs kind of at that point, which that's the thing there. Yeah. I think at this point, the renouncing citizenship is not is not not on the high list of things. Things would have to get worse, but I would have to study this crypto, Sam. I think the company you're acting is, but then if the company gets sued, all those things are at risk. There's always. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying there's no one size fits all here. Matic looking good. Crypto.com looking pretty good. Atom's another one that's looking pretty good. And just wanted to look at like the Vanguard real estate ETF or whatever. Yeah. Fighting back a little bit. Yeah, that was the view there, like 08, coming down farther, but now we're just trying to fight back. We'll see what happens here. A lot of blood diamonds and crap. That's not an easy chart to read by any means. Yeah. What's up, Jay Davis? Are we still pumping on Bitcoin? A little bit. Trying to come up a little bit. When does that weekly confirm? 3 days. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, I just thought of something. Maybe a little bit late for this, but if you're something of this nature back up here, and then that's what I could probably convert this. Let me double. Yeah, maybe should double this. Let's double this position on, I don't know, this weekly green dot, and we'll put the stop loss in new, because 42 we entered. So, oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a 42. Okay, I entered high on this. I could convert that over there. It'd still make money. Yeah, because it's a half a, I'd say double it. Why not? Get a full Bitcoin here. Do something cool. 0.7 of a Bitcoin. Don't mind if I do. We're long in the top, baby. Long in the top. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, trying to think here. XPRT getting a nice jump. Was talking about this the other day. I'm ahead on it. Happy with that. We got our pullback, and yeah, wanted to look at some of the other big guys like AVAX. Trigger wave, yeah. A lot of these probably will jump up a bit more. And DOT as well, I could see. Yeah, jumping off of that point. Potentially getting back up to $10 or something. But yeah. And now we're average, okay, 44. So, I gotta get back on my Bitcoin chart. Let's see, 40, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if you come down, but let's just do the risk-free area here. $0.005. Or let's do 43. I mean, if you come that low anyway, you'll probably get there, but yeah, I don't know. See what happens. See what happens. Fun day. Funding rate is still negative on FAIRDESK. A lot of y'all are going short, and I don't know why. And BNB, been in a BNB long for a long time. I think this is going to break upward higher. I do think this will probably break upward higher. So, yeah. Curious about, there's probably not even a, just comparing like exchange tokens. Yeah, let's do CRO USD versus BNB USD. And let's just compare these. Little exchange token. Yeah, trigger waveform on the weekly. Crypto.com. Hopefully it can outperform BNB. So yeah. we could hold this, yeah, hold this on Ethereum. That trigger wave about to form on the 30 minutes, so yeah, definitely not a bad risk reward ratio. You can almost get a 101 going like that, almost. Interesting. Might be able to pull that off. It'd be interesting to see. ADA NFTs. I'm not too familiar with any of them, to be honest. I'm more of the Yuga Labs for NFTs. Just go with the old and faithful. Go with the just bet that they're going to come back. That's kind of my main bet there. So yeah. I think these are interesting. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy a board kennel. Board kennel. Who wants me to take this ETH long? I think this actually ETH scale. I want to post about this. Post about this in the Discord. Wanted to see the SR here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, if we could break above the SR, we could break above that, maybe. Just maybe. Up to, yeah, so that the SR points, especially for scalping, can be pretty useful. Something like that could work. I'd give it a decent shot of playing out. Definitely not the best risk reward ratio, but I'd give it a decent shot of playing out. We could maybe, let's have some fun here. For the stream, why not? 80x leverage, don't mind if I do. Actually, let's go down to 50. Don't want to pay these credit. 40. 40 would be kind of ideal. And let's just see what we want to... Let's see here. So 4,000, what kind of position would this be? Throw around a few $100,000 and see what happens. 4,000 times 40. 160 G's. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Hopefully we get a limit in here. And it looks like we did. 70 ETH. Okay, so our little stop loss should be, okay, 2408. Yeah, that works. And we'll see what happens here. Already down $100. Could be fun for a stream. This is not any type of advice. I could get completely wrecked here. 2245. Is it that? Yeah. Was that the? Yeah. And I don't know. Let's take out like 50 ETH. We'll close the long. Right there. Cool. So yeah. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see. But yeah, it's kind of part of it's just like looking at seeing what's going on. Crypto punks have been fighting back. The OG, the original, the crypto punks. Sure some of you guys have heard of them. Yeah. Sneakerheads? We could look at it. $500 a pop. Yeah. Maybe it'll come back. Don't know. Social media company. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Floor price $730. Not bad. Not bad. So let's see what's going on here. Hopefully we could hold. I think we got a good shot of it. I mean, maybe a little bit premature to enter because we didn't confirm the trigger wave in the 30-minute yet, but we got it on the 22 minutes, so definitely got to see. The VWAP projection is definitely not the best thing here, but we'll see. I'll probably stay on, I don't know, another 10, 20 minutes, guys. Purchases for there, yeah. So theoretically, those purchases would have to be business purchases, yeah. Things that are at least partially write-offable or whatever. So you probably could get a full write-off for things that would only be partially write-offable in doing it the standard way. Trying to break above that area right now. I don't even have, oh yeah. Oh, okay, so you're renting the house. Yeah, it's a loophole, yeah. Interesting. But what if you just wanted one house and one car? Wow, we're getting prices coming down a little bit. Maybe bounce there. Okay, there's not too much else to talk about. I mean, go look at the MEXC. And by the way, guys, if you want to make some of these trades, check out the link down below for FAIRDESK. First link down below. And I forgot to mention, yeah, if you guys sign up to FAIRDESK or any of the exchanges down below, deposit at least $100, and then open a support ticket in the Discord with your UID, I will give you 1 free month, and the VIP Discord will do that promo for a limited time here. So yeah, and let's see. $20 AVAX, yeah, not impossible, but we'll see. What are some other things that could take a look at? How about oh yeah, Amazon. That's really fighting back. Jeez, wow. Could get all the way up higher potentially. As well as, let's see, Microsoft. Nothing looks too bad as of yet. Continuation there. The crazy one, NVIDIA, 700. Wow. Appreciate you, Clay the Great. So hopefully we jump up a little bit here. Maybe not, though. Avalanche. That was probably a 6x or something. Now she's starting to come back down a little bit. I don't know much about this. Could jump here potentially. Got its correction then. Yeah. Or it could jump back to these areas, scene of the crime. Yeah. I like this steel case chair because you could just lean back and stretch. Man, it's so good for your lats. All that stuff. But yeah. See, gold. That don't do much. Probably gonna reject here, but we'll see. Silver don't do much as well, yeah. Still 22 hasn't done anything. I don't know. Too new. Post-quantum resistant blockchain. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. What's that other one, Jupe? Too new to say, yeah. Hopefully get hold where we are right now. Underwhelming so far. Okay, it was on other things before MEXC. Okay. Curious about like total 3. Total 3, this is the one that versus Bitcoin. Yeah, kind of like ETH versus BTC, a little bit choppy. So, I mean, I guess there's some people that are thinking it's going to be like 2019 like that. I mean, the real bottom for that was 21, So if it is, I mean, if it is like that, then you got some ways away. But we'll see. I think this is kind of the most worrisome chart in terms of that 4-year cycle type of situation. But keep in mind, where was it? Over here was where the first bottom was where ETH and Cardano and a lot of good stuff bottomed out against Bitcoin now. If we do come down lower, I would probably expect it to be a higher low. And yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Blockchain for medical healthcare records. Yeah. I think healthcare is just so over-regulated and such a joke and a scam to begin with. Um, yeah, that exactly, Crypto Sam. I think that's a good, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that's not the amount of money that people would lose, and yeah, it's not. Big Pharma is on top of that shiz. I mean, that's why did I just type in Hinge? Jeez, Pfizer. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, you can't even. It's in the Stone Age. Like I was trying to get an X-ray. They won't even email you an X-ray. Like you got to go there and like pay for it and get a CD. And I don't even have anything to. I don't have a CD player. Like I don't have a. The computers of the last probably 10 years haven't even really had CD players. It's old technology. So I mean, it is. U.S. expectancy is back to what it was in 1994, and so is the whole system. Just an overregulated cesspool of garbage. I think healthcare is probably largely better in most other places, I think, and far cheaper. There probably are some good areas of the U.S. that have decent healthcare, but there's not. It's all a freaking joke in the U.S. I would think. I think. I think I'm telling you. I mean, I'm spitting facts, and I know a lot of people would get pissed off at me saying that, but I'm saying for. I mean, there's certain areas that do. Like, I'm sure California, there's a lot of parts of California that have some pretty good doctors. The Northeast, too. Probably Chicago as well, but Florida, F no. Um, Unencrypted health data violates HIPAA law. Yeah, I mean, that's. Why don't they encrypt it in an email? They can't, like, encrypt it in an email and give you a password or something. I mean, there's. Yeah. I feel like there's too strict about that HIPAA crap. I don't know. I mean, I could care less if people see an X-ray of my shoulder. I could kind of. I mean, does anyone really? It depends what it is, probably. Like, what the hell is somebody gonna do with an X-ray? I mean, maybe if I'm like an NFL player and some sick guy on the defense wants to target the freaking shoulder to paralyze me, you know. Webmail sites, yeah. There's some, yeah. California's the worst of all states. I'm not going to say the reason why. I think it's probably better in some other places, but I think some of you could probably guess why I might think it's slightly better than a lot of the rest of America. Um, Easy TV, yeah, yeah. Are you in Florida? Yeah, yeah. Um, I think because I know a good amount of doctors too, and the ones down here, like I would say, are much more into the party scene and all that. Um, I mean, I don't think. I mean, America is not the place to go if you want to live a long time. We know that statistically. There's about 30 other countries with longer life expectancies. Now, we know that certain states have decent life expectancies, such as Hawaii, such as Connecticut, such as New York. California is up there too. So theoretically, those states that I just mentioned would have the best healthcare, although I don't know about Hawaii. Um, yeah, yeah, clearly, exactly. Yeah. Um, Interesting, Clay the Great. Any of those, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's. I mean, I'm not going to go as far to say what Andrew Henderson said, but unless you're a doctor or a lawyer in America, there's not really a reason to stay here, to be honest. I mean, there's certain, if you're close to your family and all that, but I don't know. Yes, yeah, 100%. I mean, most popular countries for medical tourism, Malaysia's pretty good, I've read. Thailand's pretty good, much cheaper, probably better care overall. People would probably get pissed at me saying that, but I mean, unless you have the access to the best doctors in America and you're really wealthy, you're probably better off somewhere else, honestly. I mean, I feel like in America, they just want to get you out of that office as quickly as possible. They just want to, it's assembly line. They just want to get you out. Yeah, I know somebody who went to Turkey to do the hair transplant. I mean, that's not really. I'm talking about like non-cosmetic, but yeah. But I mean, there's still good aspects. I mean, there's still if you're in like the Northeast. I mean, there's yeah, Mexico yeah, yeah. Um, Dental tourism, Invisalign, I guess. What would people be doing for dental tourism? I mean, well, I know somebody who's a dentist and owns a place in Mexico City, actually. Um, Depends, yeah. Well, oh yeah, if you're a orthodontist, yeah. Invisalign, I think, is the one that they do. But yeah. Where were the places where they had crappy like dental care? I'm just curious where they went. Um, Implants, crowns, oh, okay. What's up, Callie? Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Italy, Greece. Okay, interesting. Oh, they went to. That's not a popular place for medical. Italy and Greece are for dental tourism. Italy and Greece are popular place. I don't think they are. I thought Mexico City's the close one to America where people go. Italy, I would not. If you don't speak a good Italian, I would not. But yeah, um, yeah. Well, a lot of those countries, cryptodontists, the people they are trained in the U.S. or U.K., especially the ones in Southeast Asia. It's like anything else. There's good ones and bad ones. You got to do your own research. You can't be an idiot. I mean, in America, you got to do your own research on who you're going to. You know what I mean? It's not like it's the same as it's kind of the same like everywhere in the world is the same sense as there's good. What somebody was telling me a few years ago, he said he was from Guatemala, and he said there's good safe parts of Guatemala and there's bad parts of Guatemala, just like there's good safe parts of America and there's bad parts of America, and that's the truth in almost every city, every major city in America. What do you? Um, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. Clay the Great, yeah, yeah. Italy, I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that's what he was saying. The cryptodontist was saying Italy's not that great for medical care. um, but yeah. Yeah. But it's I think at the end of the day, you got to do your own research, and there's good people and bad doctors and good doctors wherever you go. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of do your own research. I think that in America they don't really have enough time, and they're very rushed, and it seems like they just want to get you out of there as quickly as possible for the most part. Um, it depends what it is. Like if you have an issue that's not that common, you're usually screwed probably no matter where you go, honestly, because it's all assembly line. You know what I mean? It's all like for the most part, um, matter of playing the odds. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it does boil. Yes, yes. Not exact. Like I remember one time for like I'll tell you, I'm supposed to get the EMG test like done on my left shoulder because it's like wing scapula and all messed up, and like I have to wait 2 months for it. And like I asked them if I just pay this in cash, could I get seen quicker? And they said no. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I did more, which is it's not a common test to be done where I'm having it done, and if you're just wondering having a needle stuck in there, but kind of trying to find answers. But yeah. But yeah. Cool discussion today. Oh, we're coming back a little bit. Well, isn't that common for dental? Yeah, for ortho, that's considered fully cosmetic, I think, for orthodontist, right? I've never had braces. I've never even seen an orthodontist in my life. I don't know how that how that works, but it's more privatized. Yeah, if you're going to somebody who doesn't accept, I think that's usually with the rich, very ultra rich too. Yeah, you go to a place that doesn't accept insurance. Typically, there is a discount if you tell them ahead of time and give them a credit card over the phone or whatever. That there is a discount if you're not using insurance, and you pay ahead of time. Usually, they give you a pretty damn good rate from what I've read. But when I try, and usually you could get seen quicker too. But I tried that, and that wasn't the case where that wasn't the case what I tried. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean I feel like it's so antiquated. The way even you can't even really schedule any doctor's appointment online. You have to wait. You have to call up. Half the time they don't answer. You talk to somebody who doesn't even speak good English. You know what I mean? Like, and then they're very unreliable. The people sound like they hate their lives. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's not it feels like you're in the 90s and everybody's depressed. Everybody's depressed. I mean, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're back in time. Like it's such an antiquated, it's a joke, I think, in my opinion. The insurance barely pays. Yeah, they pay small amounts. I mean, even if you have like a good one, like what's the most? It's Blue Cross. Anthem's one of the biggest ones. I mean, if you have like a health savings account like I do, they give you probably the same crap. They probably think I have Medicaid. They give it's the same card that someone with Medicaid. As we're discussing healthcare in America and the world in general. um, Wait 1 week to 6 months for national. Yeah, that's probably a better system, Crypto Sam, because if you go to somebody private, they're gonna want your business. Um, it's I don't know. I mean, I don't have all the answers. I don't know. But I mean, if we look at like so I think I could be wrong in this, but let's look at countries with the highest life expectancy. And this would theoretically be the best places with the best healthcare, I would think, or at least even if it's not the best healthcare, like they would live healthier lives, the food and all that. So Monaco, that's not a surprise. You could probably argue some of this is genetics with especially like Hong Kong, Japan and all that, Singapore. Italy's up there. So Italy, it could be more of a lifestyle thing. Um, Norway. I want to find like the first country that's not considered a first world country here. Thailand. Yeah, yeah. Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Probably well above. Okay, yeah, Costa Rica higher than the US. US went down too. So Thailand. That would probably be, for medical tourism, this is probably, Bangkok, Thailand is probably bang for your buck. That is probably your best bet. Life expectancy and all that, I would say, especially a big city there. Yeah. Well, but yeah. Yeah, it's such a blue zones, yeah, yeah. Um, Japan, yeah. South Korea is popular. South Korea is pretty. I don't. Was that on this list on the high? Yeah, yeah, yeah. South Korea. United States, 46 countries with a higher life expectancy. I mean, Thailand. That's obviously a relatively poor country. Um, China beat us. This is old data. I think China beat us out. Um, Maybe the Wikipedia one's a little bit newer. Let's see where the U.S. is here. So Denmark, Germany. It's funny, like people think you're gonna get some like bad disease and die when you go to Thailand, which I guess is possible, but it's freaking yeah. This is a more Isn't Algeria where's Algeria? That's that's in Africa. Not to make fun of Algeria, but I mean the way you're born and raised in America is to always believe that America's 100 times better than Algeria. I mean, what's the per capita GDP of this country? Sri Lanka's higher, Croatia. Okay, I mean, Guam is higher. Brazil's high. Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, where is Thailand? Yeah, Thailand is fucking high for. You would not. I've been to Thailand. I mean, you would not expect. Yeah, you got that. Oh, okay. Do you live there, Sky? I've been to Costa Rica. But that's pretty pathetic. I mean, I think this is completely pathetic, and I think this is concerning, especially if you're a man. I feel like that's a bad ratio for 6 more years women live on average. That's a lot. Like, I feel like it should be 3. You know what I mean? That's like a bad. If you're a guy, your life expectancy 73. That's fucking low, man. With all the technology and crap, that is low. Malaysia's still lower. I feel like that'll start to come back. I mean, obviously, Cuba's lower. I mean, not a surprise in a lot of these, but once you get, most of them are kind of the same. El Salvador. Vietnam is not higher, not yet. But yeah. Algeria. That's the one. That's where we're at. Let's look at for men. Yeah, that's because I feel like men are really. Let's see if what it is for 55. So Brazil's higher. Costa Rica's higher. Thailand is higher. China is quite a bit higher. Barbados, yeah. I mean, even if you lived in Puerto Rico, you'd be better off theoretically, statistically. Qatar, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to the Cryptodontist. Really appreciate you, man. You've been a follower for a while. You've been watching me back in 21. Really appreciate you, man. I mean, it depends on personal preference. I don't think there's that much of a difference. Living in Texas versus... I mean, culturally... Most of America, if you're in a place where they have the same accent, is pretty similar culturally, I would say. If you're in Florida versus Texas, I mean, there's not that. There's probably more hiking trails and stuff in Austin than, Miami. Depends what you like. It depends what you like. And yeah, I mean, you could go to Wyoming. There's no state income tax there. South Dakota has no state income tax. It really depends. Yeah, it really depends what you want, what you like. But I've been to a lot of these places. They're great places to visit, sure. Would I want to live in Wyoming full time? No. Would I want to live in South Dakota full time? No. Even Texas, I don't know. Would I want to live in Miami full time, where I live right now? Kinda. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I mean, people kind of have been nomadic historically. So, yeah. But yeah, let's see. We've been on about an hour and 20. Trying to fight back on that ETH long, not doing anything. Montana, yeah. Minnesota. Yeah, it depends what you want. I wouldn't want to live in any of those places. They're cool to visit, but I wouldn't want to live in any of them. I don't think. Too cold. I don't even think the people would be. I don't think I'd be able to find people I could really relate to in any of those. Probably not. They probably have older populations too. I think you're probably better off in Latin America or Southeast Asia, probably, in my opinion. But everybody's different. You know what I mean? I mean, Nevada's not bad. Nevada, that's not bad. Yeah, it depends what you like. And if you're in California, the easiest place. Yeah, did you know about that, David Brumbelow? Yeah, a lot of Americans don't realize how freaking low it is in America. I mean, that's pathetic. I mean, this is absolutely pathetic. This is for the male ranking is 55. Brazil's above us. You know what I mean? Thailand's and I've been to, you know, Puerto Rico is Puerto Rico is supposed to be the territory that we don't care about. You know what I mean? Like, cold weather keeps the riffraff out. That's what they say. I've been to Bismarck, North Dakota. It's just boring, man. I've been to those places. It's fun to visit, yeah, if you have a vacation home. But maybe if I'm married and you have kids, it'd be a cool place to raise a family, maybe. But I kind of like to be in the city a little bit more. But yeah. Canada does have a pretty... Where's Canada's? Yeah. I mean, say what you want about Canada. That, you know, they say you have to wait forever to get, you know, healthcare in Canada or whatever. But it does have a high life expectancy. There are things they are doing better than America. You know what I mean? There are quite a few things. What's Mexico on here? I'm just curious. But it's definitely still lower than... Yeah, it's around 136. So pretty low. But, yeah. India's as low as 67. What's like the worst? Let's see here. Yeah, that's what you'd kind of guess. Somalia. I thought Nigeria would be a little bit higher than that. I thought Ghana would be a little bit higher on that ranking. That's a country where a lot of people go to. Rwanda. Russia. I thought Russia would be a little bit higher. We're looking at yeah. So for men, statistically, you're best off in Hong Kong. Or, what's this? Part of China. Yeah, it's one city or whatever. Or Japan, or, yeah, Switzerland. Or, yeah. Germany. Where's Germany on this list? Is Germany for men? Yeah, the more woke the country, the more the men die young, I feel like. That says lower than I thought there. But yeah. Biggest correlation with life. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Clearly great. They do eat a lot of meat. The good food, yeah, the sushi, the fish, Japan. Those countries, yeah. But yeah. I heard when I was in North Dakota, somebody was telling me the cold weather keeps the riffraff out of here. There's a riffraff everywhere, though. I mean, the nicest people I've met were usually in Latin America. That's usually where the most educated people that I could kind of relate to were typically in Central America and Latin America. Just my opinion. Southeast Asia as well to a certain extent. Yeah, fish oil. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit more than that, but yeah. Hopefully jumping off of there. PayPal got hit. Bad earnings. We'll see if something could happen. We'll see. Oh yeah, ETH we're hoping to jump. Or I'm hoping to jump. Nice. Rio de Janeiro. Nice. What was the Baba? I like the ticker. That some people are thinking could fight back. What was that other Penn stock? Penn Entertainment. That got a nice bump. bubble pop pattern. And then down 83. Are you just cryptodontist? Are you, in terms of what? What's the best about Connecticut? You know I'm from there, right? You know I grew up in Connecticut, right? It depends where you are in Connecticut. Ray Dalio has talked about, if you're in Fairfield County, that's a big difference than being in terms of, Connecticut is one of those states, for even education, healthcare, all that. The best of it would be in that Fairfield County area, in the wealthy, kind of part of the suburbs of New York City, really. You knew I'm from, yeah, you definitely knew I'm from Connecticut. A lot of people knew that. Well, are you being serious, or are you, I mean, cold winters. The Fairfield County area of Connecticut I like a lot. I mean, New Haven County, I don't know. Good pizza. New England Falls, I mean, seasonal. Depends what you're into. Depends what you're into. Across the Sound, yeah. Long Island. I mean, that's obviously a Long Island. That's a good place to live by a lot of metrics. Depends what, it also depends. Some people like the winters, some don't. I mean, which U.S. state or town has minimal U.S. government interference? Overall, probably like something like Wyoming or South Dakota, I would assume. Probably Wyoming. That would probably be considered the most conservative state. Or, probably in terms of taxes too, would be the lowest in terms of property taxes. That or South Dakota. Of a state with a high population, probably Florida and Texas would be pretty close. I would say maybe Florida would be a little bit less government interference because it's more the way how it's become. I mean, Tennessee a little bit, New Hampshire a little bit, but probably Wyoming would take the crown with South Dakota being number 2, I would say. Montana has a state income tax. Idaho does too. So, I mean, it depends what, it depends what you're, but they're obviously lower than what it would be in New York or California or whatever, but, Anyway, let's look at ETH again. Yeah, very boring. So to wrap it up, I think I'm going to get going in a second, get off in a second here. If you guys are interested in trading, check out FAIRDESK down below. Only my link. We do the $100 bonus every week. We announce a winner in the Discord every week. You got some really good odds of getting it, and there's additional deposit bonuses too. Maybe we'll do a trading competition or something. If you want one free month in the Discord, sign up and deposit at least $100 into FAIRDESK or any of the exchanges down below, and I will get you sorted. Open a ticket in the Discord and put in your UID. So you get a free month in the Aldo Empire, the VIP channels. So yeah, second time around travel. Cool. What's up? I'm going to get going, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys.